City, right?
Relax. Yeah, it was nice walking around town. Nice weather down here.
Absolutely. Not a cloud in the sky. And yesterday here in the Bay Area. For today, the Mariners come in feeling good off that day off, and they win 2 out of 3 in Houston. That's a heck of an accomplishment against a very hot ball club.
And they were able to do it by swinging the bats. If you look at their 2 wins, they scored 7 runs in one, 8 runs in the other. You'd hope that that would continue. They have a young pitcher on the mound tonight here in Oakland. Oakland has really struggled playing defense. Maybe they can pick up a run or two, taking advantage of that. And the bottom line is they're going to have to pitch well. So we'll see how this one goes. But right now, they're really swinging the bats.
Yes, they are. It's fun to see, isn't it? It really is. 9-4 against the Oakland Athletics as we get you ready for action tonight. A lot of fans here tailgating in the ballpark, outside the ballpark at O.Co Coliseum. And we are ready for action here. Mariners and the Athletics. First of a weekend set. Happy Labor Day weekend, everybody. First pitch is straight ahead. Come on along and take a ride across the San Francisco Bay on the new Bay Bridge, the old one. Just to the right, it brings you over here to Oakland, the O.Co Coliseum, right next to the Oracle Arena, home of the world champion Golden State Warriors, as we welcome you to Mariner Baseball. Good to have you with us, everybody. It's Aaron Brooks, young pitcher for the Athletics. He's starting tonight. He takes the field, and Ketel Marte is going to be leading off. And let's take a look at the rest of the Mariner batting order for this season.
Tonight's starting lineup brought to you by Chevron. As you can see, Marte will lead things off, and it is Seager. He has really been a hot hitter. Gutierrez, Cano, and Seth Smith in the middle of the lineup. Seth Smith in his career against Oakland, 12 games, a .317 average with a couple of home runs. Trumbo, the DH, he will hit 6. Morrison, Miller, and Hicks round out the 9 for the Mariners. Aaron Brooks, you can see 1-1 record, a 5.47 ERA. Don't be fooled by that. Toronto Blue Jays put 8 earned runs on him in an inning and 2/3. Outside of that, he's really pitched well. 21 strikeouts to just 4 walks. He is a control-type pitcher. Opponent's hitting .291. He's given up 3 home runs this year. Take a look at the defense for the A's. It's been a problem. They are last in fielding. Leidendorf in left field. Burns out in center. Smolinski gets the start in right. Valencia, the third baseman. Simeon and Laurie playing up the middle. Mark Hanna is at first base, and Josh Spegley will do the catching. See his last outing against the Diamondbacks. He went 6 innings, gave up 8 hits, but just 2 earned runs. Only 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. He threw 75 pitches in that outing.
So here we go with Ketel Marte leading things off for the Mariners. And he looks at ball 1.
First pitch.
When you look at Aaron Brooks, his fastball is going to be 91 to 93 miles an hour. He'll mix in a slider and a changeup. His changeup is his best off-speed pitch.
Pitch running away for ball 2. Played umpire tonight, Gabe Morales, Sam Holbrook at first, Mark Carlson, the crew chief, at second, and Trip Gibson at third. 63 degrees here at O.Co Coliseum. Having a tough go right now, but I think Mr. Marte has done some nice things since taking over at shortstop. 2-1. It's this from Simeon. And tough throw. There's another error, and the Mariners going to take advantage of it. Boy, he has had a brutal year. That is his 33rd error.
See him get rid of it quickly. He knows that Marte can get down the line. Didn't get much on the throw. A little sinker that he threw over to first base. Mark Hanna, originally slated to play left field, had a late scratch, and he ended up moving to first base, not able to help him out. And that will be an E6. Good start for the Mariners. You would hope that that would be something over the weekend they could take advantage of the poor defense by the Athletics.
Dead last in the American League. Here's Kyle Seager. Kyle in a nice little run, and congratulations to his brother Corey. Debuted last night with the Dodgers.
Had a nice debut.
Ooh, boy, he looked good.
Couple of hits, couple of RBIs. Kyle is really having a nice road trip, hitting .444 on the road trip. Kyle's last 6 games hitting .462. Scored 5 runs, a couple of doubles, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs. There you can see it.
Talked to him the other day, I'm sure you did too, and he talked about getting shorter to the ball and casting out just a little bit of his hands. And
getting a little bit longer with his swing, yeah.
It has paid off. Edgar, as you know, Edgar Martinez, big influence on everybody hitting wise. Trying to capitalize on an early break here. Popped up out of play. And one thing you're going to notice here at O.Co Coliseum, this place shared with the Oakland Raiders and the football gridiron. Still see remnants here on the field. They played here recently, finishing up the preseason.
And the other thing you'll notice, a lot of foul territory in this ballpark. And you having played here, let's talk some more about the complications. As let's just say for an infielder, let's start with them, with this field having been pressed down, run on by football players and chewed up. Well, yeah, it's a good point. They really cut the grass down about as low as you can cut it, and then obviously they're running all over it, so it's really firm. So what you're going to find out here is that it's going to be a much faster surface. You're going to see some bad hops. Can't do anything about that. I think that if you have a strong throwing arm, especially if you're an infielder, you're better served to play deep. The ball will still get to you quickly. You might be able to help yourself out by doing that. But back in the day when you played third here after a Raiders game, where'd you play? Short left field at third base? I was right on the cut of the grass towards left field. Runner goes, pitch fouled off. Looked like a really good jump by Marte. But yeah, I would play as deep as I possibly could.
Hard like a street, huh?
Well, the infield grass is. Once you get to the dirt, you should be fine. But the grass in the infield and the outfield, you're going to see the ball. If it's hit into the gap, it will get through the gaps in a hurry.
Yeah. Ergo, those guys got to play a couple steps deeper. So as a base runner, giddy up.
Well, you should be, and you have to be aware of it as a third base coach, too, because even though they're playing a little bit deeper, Dave, if the ball is hit at them, it's going to get to them quickly. And so that kind of changes things a little bit for you, too, as a coach.
2-2 pitch. Marte 4 out of 5 in base stealing so far. Tell playing in his 30th ball game. Bob Melvin, 2-time manager of the year, once in the American League, once in the National League with Arizona, former Mariners skipper.
Tough year for the A's. 18 games under 500.
Seager, high drive, right field. It is foul. Plenty of distance. He's dialed in all right.
Well, he actually gave that a chance, because when he first hit it, I thought he was going to hook it well foul, but it stayed pretty straight down the line. You can see a breeze is blowing out to right.
Does your memory bring you to more wind at this stage of the season in this ballpark?
Yeah, a little bit more. I think that it just cools down in a hurry this time of the year, and the grass will get damp.
It's cooled down already since we got here. I mean, we had bright sunshine, and I was on the field for about 10 minutes, and it went. Temperature felt like it dropped 10 degrees. Brooks with a win over Cleveland and a loss at Toronto. 3-0 decisions are on his ledger. 3-2 to Kyle Seager. Taken for ball 4. So the first 2 men of reach for the Mariners, an error and a walk.
Franklin Gutierrez hitting third in the lineup. Nelson Cruz dealing with a quad issue, so Lloyd McClendon putting Gutierrez in the lineup and batting him third, and why not? He has been one of their hottest hitters.
Cruz listed as day-to-day. It slid at third a couple of days ago in Houston. Strained the quad. Now here's Goody with the chance. .315 batting average with 11 home runs and 30 runs batted in. And for Goody, just his 45th game. Marte at second and Seager at first. Marte reached on an error by shortstop Marcus Semien. Behind 0-2.
I think he thought that pitch was up out of the zone. Looked like it was right at the top of the strike zone. There you can see that slider, 84 miles an hour.
The road trip, see if he can do some 2-strike hitting here. Get Cano on deck. Strike 3 call. They got rung up. 1 out.
And we'll take a look at the last pitch. No argument from Gutierrez. There it is, the breaking ball again, right on the outside corner. The Mariners on the year hitting .226 with runners in scoring position.
Mr. Cano continues on his outstanding hitting. Look at that road trip numbers. Tied for 5th in the American League. .339 batting average since July 1. Aaron Brooks, 6'4", 220, out of Montclair, California, from the Cal State San Bernardino. 9th round pick of the Royals in the 2011 draft. Time called. On pitch here to Robbie. Ground ball, second base. Laurie, Simeon, Cannon. They get the double play. Well, it started off well enough for the Mariners. They couldn't finish it. Nothing across in the first. The A's coming to bat. Start for Edgar Olmos, and he's looked pretty good in a couple of opportunities he's had here this season with the Mariners since joining the ball club. Let's take a look at the A's lineup that he'll face this evening.
Floor manager Bob Melvin leading things off. It'll be Billy Burns. Want to keep him off the bases. He can really run. You can see what he's done in his career against Seattle. 11 games, a .341 average with a home run. Cannon will hit second. Then it's Laurie, Valencia, and Begley hitting in the middle of the lineup. Smolinski batting sixth. The DH tonight, Billy Butler will hit seventh. Leydendorf and Simeon round out the 9 for the A's. For Edgar Olmos on the year, 1-0 record, a 2.13 ERA. Just 12 2/3. 4 strikeouts, 7 walks. Opponents hitting .217 off of him. And look at the defense. Brought to you by American Family Insurance. Gutierrez in left field. Miller out in center. Seth Smith in right. Seager at third base. Marte and Cano playing up the middle. Logan Morrison getting the start at first base. And John Hicks will do the catching tonight.
Second series, we see a notorious first pitch swinging leadoff man, and there it is, up the middle, Billy Burns, base hit. Coming off the series against Houston, Altuve's a guy that can count on. If he can reach it, he's swinging. Ditto goes for Burns.
Yeah, we saw a lot of this on the last homestand with Burns. Very aggressive at the top of the lineup.
A's come into tonight's game 8th in batting, 10th in runs, 12th in home runs, 13th in slugging. Their big number, 4th in ERA, and their starters ERA is the best in the league. Canna ripping at the first pitch and fouling it off.
Well, for Olmos, he has a good fastball. He'll be 92 to 95 miles an hour with his fastball. He'll also mix in a curveball and a changeup. See his changeup a little bit more than the curveball. For Edgar Olmos, his last outing against Chicago in Chicago. He went 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs. Glaring number is 5 walks in those 5 innings. He had to throw 95 pitches to get through the 5. And we know this about the A's. They will be patient at times. They're being aggressive here early. But if you're going to walk them, they'll typically try to take advantage of that. So hopefully Edgar can command the strike zone early.
Almost his lone victory in his 5 games with the Mariners came against the Athletics. Burns got back. Almost 3 2/3 relief back on Tuesday, August 25th, back home in Seattle. Mariners won that game 6-5. 3 2/3 inning, 3 hits, 2 walks, and a strikeout on 50 pitches. He was in relief of Mike Montgomery, a guy whose spot he's taken into rotation.
Almost has a little bit better than average move to first. He's thrown over a number of times already. Burns with the leadoff base hit on the first pitch that he saw.
Burns with 25 stolen bases. He's a factor in that department. Pitch out, nothing doing. McClendon enjoyed yesterday's day off. Beautiful weather here in the Bay Area. Down low. 2-1. Almost keeping an eye. The runner at first, Billy Burns, is third in the American League behind Altuve and Lorenzo Keane in stolen bases. Altuve's got 36. Lorenzo Keane of Kansas City. He's got 26. Burns with 25. And we're going to see Keane again in 18 days when we get to Kansas City. 3-game set. 2-1. Ball of Seager comes out, bobbled it again. Everybody's safe. Wanted to get that double play. In E5.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it. Kyle gets a pretty good break on it. Ball bouncing in the air. Fields it no problem, but then you can see it on the exchange. Yeah, he was definitely going to go to second base. You can see him getting ready to make the throw. Unfortunately, he dropped the ball. So the Mariners able to get their first 2 runners on to start the game, and now the A's do the same thing. Both clubs making an error.
Sets it up for Brett Laurie, their second baseman. Burns at second, Canada at first. Mariners double play depth. 2-1. Langley, BC's Brett Laurie. Ball 1. John Hicks catching tonight. His 4th game since being called up.
See him out there giving signs. He's letting the infielders know which base he's going to throw to if they try to steal.
Through the hole, hit hard. Ball gets to Gutierrez, and he bobbles it, but the runners hold. Ron Washington, third base coach, was 3/4 of the way down the line. Had a good look at that play. The bases are loaded. Base hit Brett Laurie.
I think it's going to get a pitch. It looks like, yep, right in the middle of the plate. Hits it hard into left field. And right there, you can see Gutierrez off the heel of his glove. Billy Burns coming around third, picking up his third base coach. Once he sees him stop him, he didn't keep an eye on Wash, because right after that, Ron Washington, the third base coach, there he starts to go again as soon as he sees the bobble in left. But by then, Burns is looking out towards left field.
Getting used to Ron Washington at third base, the new process. He took over for Mike Gallego a couple of weeks ago when Oakland was in Seattle.
Yeah, Ron Washington was the third base coach here for a number of years before he became the manager of the Rangers.
Big swing and a miss by Danny Valencia. Almost into first inning trouble. Base hit, E5, and a base hit. Got the bases loaded.
And you can see Washington talking to Burns at third base. I'm sure letting him know you have to keep your eyes on me.
Good block by Hicks. 1-1.
Valencia having a good year for the A's. .298 with 12 home runs.
Drives one deep to right field, and that ball is gone for a grand slam. Andy Valencia, 13th home run. Makes it a 4-0 lead here in the first. He hit that thing hard.
Well, we talked about a little bit of a breeze blowing out to right field, and I think he benefited from it. He did hit it hard. Had some help. So for the Athletics, 4 batters to the plate, and all 4 of them score on that one swing. And we'll take a look at it. Fastball in the middle of the plate, inside out swing.
An early hole here in the first inning.
His 13th home run on the year.
He had 7 with Toronto before being traded over here to Oakland. Big problems early here in the first. And a 2-0 count here to Fegley. Valencia picked up off of waivers on August 3rd from Toronto. Almost back with a strike, 3-1. Hit to Marte. The ball does get there in a hurry. 1 away. You could see it on that one. It was just a one-hopper.
And I think it was off the end of the bat, too.
Yeah,
it hit it particularly hard, but it will get to you in a hurry. And we were talking about that at the start. You can play a little bit deeper if you have the arm to do it. Marte certainly can. In fact, all the infielders for the Mariners throw the ball well, so they should play a little deeper if they want to.
Strike 1 to Jake Malinsky, the right fielder. Broken bat. That's a fair ball. Smothered by Loma. Throw to first. Head first slide by Smolinski, and he's in there. Good base hit.
Already the 4th base hit for the A's. Great effort by Logan Morrison. Slow to get up. He'll knock it down. It looks like the ball ends up going off the end of his glove. He got it on the thumb of his glove. Had it by his knee. Looked like that would have been late either way. That was going to be a hit. Great effort by Logan. He's had a good year playing first base.
So Smolinski, who started the season with the Rangers, he's aboard. Lloyd McClendon's ball club. Going to see the 7th man to the plate here in Billy Butler.
Surprised you let that go, Dave. It's one of your pet peeves in baseball.
You know it. I wanted to get the essence of the nice defensive play. You know, don't get me started early. But you're right. I think it's the most ridiculous play.
It's not a good play unless you're trying to avoid a tag.
Right.
On a play like that, you should run through the bag. I'm with you.
And I know from talking to coaches, you're looking at fingers and hands and a wrist you can break.
Yeah, a lot of them will tell you that if you run through the base, it's faster anyway than diving at it like that.
And the other example, as we'll put a period on it, you don't see Usain Bolt diving for the finish line in a 100-meter dash. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody.
This will be the 20th pitch of the inning.
almost giving up a grand slam, an infield hit to Smolinski. He's going to unrattle himself right now. It's 3-0. There's a strike. Thought Butler would have a bigger impact since he came over here from Kansas City. Just 9 homers and 48 runs batted in. Could be some stirring momentarily in that Mariner bullpen.
And Rick Waits making a trip out to the mound. Smolinski, 22 pitches to get just the 1 out so far, 11 strikes. We talked about it. That was a problem in Chicago. The walks, the 5 walks, and just 5 innings of work for him.
They had that one stretch in Jose Ramirez, obtained from the Yankees. They had that one stretch in the 2nd inning almost back in Chicago. Strikes out the first 2 men, then threw 4, 8, threw about 10 consecutive pitches without a strike. Was able to get out of that inning. Right now, Tyler Ladendorf playing in just his 5th game. He's the 8th man to the plate.
Yeah, hitting 8th in the lineup. 7 batters so far. 6 of them have reached base. Just the 1 ground out. There has been an error. There was an error by Seager at 3rd, and then the walk to help Butler reach 1st.
Breaking ball misses. Ball goes to Marte, and no double play. Moving to 3rd, Smolinski. They do get Butler on the 6-4 fielder's choice. Ladendorf safe.
Batting in the 9th position, shortstop, number 10, Marcus Semien.
So the 9th man coming to the plate, Marcus Semien. Runners at the corners.
See his numbers against the Mariners this year: .348 with 4 home runs and 9 RBIs for Semien.
Errors that he's made, he's not carried him into the batter's box, that's for sure, especially against the Mariners. Almost behind, 2-0. Back with a strike. Does want to turn this inning into a complete sinkhole. He's behind 3-1 with Burns on deck.
And the next pitch will be 30 for him here in the 1st, so a lot of pitches.
Three and 2. 2 outs. Ladendorf at first will take off and almost throws behind him, gets him back. Two pitch. Foul off. 25-year-old left-hander making his 11th career appearance, second big league start. Big first inning trouble. 3-2 pitch. High fly ball. Brad Miller settles under it. The Mariners will all grab some shovels and start digging out. 4 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, and 2 left. To the second inning we go. Mariners down 4-0. Stores. By Safeco Insurance. Find a local agent at safeco.com. Do more. By the Emerald Queen Casino, presenting Ron White November 20th. Tickets at emeraldqueen.com. And by Alaska Airlines, eating non-stop destinations and growing. So look at one of the great areas in the country, the San Francisco Bay Area. Mariners in an early hole, 4-0 on the grand slam by Danny Valencia. Seth Smith will lead things off. Good look. That was a good look. He had at Pier 39 at San Francisco. Seth, 254 hitter with 10 home runs. One-time Oakland A.
A's have the shift on with Seth hitting. Dave mentioned Seth playing here in Oakland, so they know him well. That was a good count, 2-0.
It'll be Smith, Trumbo, and Morrison here in the second inning. Mariners got up to a good start. An error by Simeon with Marte at the plate. Seager walked. First 2 men get aboard. Then Goody struck out looking, and Cano bounced into a double play against Aaron Brooks. Two. See the Athletics one more time. It will be for the final 3 games of the season. October 2, 3, and 4 in Seattle. Long hold by Fegley. Thought he had something.
It was close, but it looks like it was a ball down. Probably just off the outside corner.
Athletics in last place, 15 games behind Houston. Mariners in 4th place, 10 back. A's come into this series having lost 2 out of 3 here at home to the Angels.
And Seth has had a couple of fastballs to hit, fouling him straight back. And Brooks not overpowering his fastball 91 miles an hour. He's going to have to locate it.
Three and two. Up high and leadoff walk here for Seth Smith. It's the second walk issued by Aaron Brooks.
Bring up Mark Trumbo. Trumbo had a good series in Houston. Ended up with 3 home runs.
Number 35,
They've been swinging the bat much better lately.
What's the biggest reason, do you think?
Well, I think for him, one, we mentioned Edgar earlier. You see he and Edgar spending a lot of time together, and I think it goes back to what we were talking about for him. He was swinging and missing a lot when he first came over to the Mariners, and he just started, I think, committed that he was going to hit the ball to right field. Although he's a power guy, he was able to start taking his hits that way. He started to get towards the middle of the field, and then I think now he's to a point where he's starting to turn it loose. He missed that fastball. But I think he just took the progressions with him, and that's the reason why his average went up. He gained confidence, and you're starting to see him hit some long home runs.
Well, there's that spaciousness of the foul ground here in Oakland. Really hurts Mark Trumbo. That would have been a strike one to anybody else or anywhere else. Tough break here as Fegley finds it and makes the play.
Number 20, Logan Morrison.
How many ABs you figure you had affected by that when you were playing here?
Seemed like a lot. I'm sure it wasn't, but anytime something like that right there happens, it seems like it happens to you all the time here. And you know it, especially if this is your home ballpark.
Yeah.
You don't worry about it as much as a visitor, but when you're playing here every day, you start to notice that a lot. And you can see the road trip for Logan. Homered in back-to-back games. Pinch hit home run, 2-run homer turned out to be the difference in the second game down in Houston, and then 3-run home run yesterday.
A couple impressive shots in Houston. A pull shot he had, and the one that went opposite field. Morrison with the opposite field home run on Wednesday's game. That was a really impressive poke. Takes a pitch way outside. Brooks not happy with himself.
He only had 4 walks coming into this game, and he's already had 2 walks. Walked Seager in the first inning, led this inning off by walking Smith. He's not as sharp, I think, as they expected him to be. 28 pitches, 15 strikes.
That'll work. Base hit. Digging for third, and he's going to get there. Seth Smith. So the Mariners, 1 out, have runners at the corners. Base hit Logan Morrison. Hitting streak to 3 games now. 3 for his last 3.
Little inside out swing from Logan. He's talking to him, jammed him a little bit. He's talking to him about his swing, and he was talking about getting his front foot down on time, and you can see he was able to do that right there. And hitting a couple of home runs, you gain some confidence, get the barrel to it a little more often. Good opportunity for Brad Miller walking up to the plate.
Brad breaking out the beard here in his new position in center field. Ball 1. Outfield straight away for Brad. 1-0 pitch. Slices it the other way. Catch made by Ladendorf. Smitty will tag and score. The Mariners on the board. It's 4-1 Oakland. RBI for Brad Miller, his 38th. That's his 6th sacrifice fly. Team leader in that category.
And a good at bat. Gets a pitch away from him. Didn't try to do too much. Solid line drive out to left field, get the job done. I think in that situation, Brooks was trying to get him to pull the ball, roll over on. He was able to get out of the first inning with a double play, and he was looking for one right there. Didn't get it. Good at bat from Brad.
There's John Hicks, the catcher. Get a streamlined 1960s look with the Sox down there looking pretty good. There we go. Popped out of play.
Just 7 at bats for him so far. He had a base hit in Chicago, 1 for 7.
Don't see very many guys wearing the stirrup socks anymore. Here's the 0-2.
I didn't even know they made them anymore. You never see them.
Probably have to go online, right? Special order.
Good luck.
Yeah, I like it. One, 2 strikes. Chasing. Tag made by Fegley. Mariners do get on the board. A run on 1 hit. No errors. Leave a man. Bottom 2 coming up for 1 A's. Field Saturday, September 12th for EQC Guys Night Out. Pick up a ticket, a drink voucher, and a Mariners cap with a built-in bottle opener. Get it all for $35. These specially priced tickets are available at mariners.com/guys. As you look at O.co Coliseum here, a very pleasant night in Oakland. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew with you. Mariners at an early hold, 4-1. Grand slam by Danny Valencia. And there's been a change in the outfield. Goody is done for the night, and Stephen Romero will take over. Tightness in a right groin for Gutierrez. And a breaking ball. Billy Burns does not offer. That's almost a newsflash. Got a base hit first pitch. Inning number 1. A's went 4 runs, 4 hits, capitalized on an error, and left 2.
Well, the good news is Romero is going to get an opportunity to play and get him a few at bats. The bad news is you take out one of the hottest hitters the Mariners have had in Gutierrez. So hopefully they were able to get him out in time, or maybe it's a day or 2.
Right, compounded by the fact that Cruz is out with a quad, and he's listed as day-to-day.
And you have a left-hander going for Oakland on Sunday, Dugrant. You'd like to have Gutierrez in there for that one.
Cadeau's going to take this. One away here in the second.
Now batting first baseman, number 20,
Mark Canha. Playing at first today.
Nelson Cruz. Quad injury.
A lot of runs being scored in Major League Baseball tonight. Baltimore won at Toronto 10-2. Cleveland won at Detroit 8-1. Boston held off Philly up in Boston 7-5. But earlier, Cubbies 14-5 over Arizona. 4 homers and an 8-run inning.
I watched that game. Rizzo with a grand slam in it.
Hey, how about that? And the Astros, George Springer back. They beat Minnesota 8-0. 2-0.
And the A's have made a change. It will not be Dubron on Sunday. It'll be Sean Nolan, another left-handed pitcher. So hopefully Gutierrez can be back for that.
Three and one. Canha to be followed by Brett Laurie. Cardinals at home trail 5-0 to Pittsburgh. Bottom 8. Mets in Miami 5-5 in the 11th. Solidly stroked in the left center field. Mark Canha. 2 plate appearances. He's been on board twice. Error by Seager in the first, and now that base hit.
I think Olmos is going to have to start commanding the strike zone. He's getting himself into some tough counts. They're really leaning on his fastball right now. 39 pitches, 20 strikes, 19 balls for him.
There's Brett Laurie, base hit to left. First inning. Sam Holbrook said he did not go. White Sox lead. No, White Sox win at Kansas City 12-1. Angels hosting the Rangers. No score. Bottom 3. Runner goes. They got him in a chance to pick him off, and they don't get him. Oh, man. Stolen base for Canha.
He's going on the first move. Took a little bit too much time. Poor throw. And then Logan having to throw back over the top of the runner because the throw was back towards the inside part of the base and just took too much time.
6 stolen base for Canha. Laurie's got a 2-0 count.
Ramirez getting loose again. He was up in the first inning.
Center field backing up Brad Miller. Not going to get it. Bounces off the wall. Canha scores. Laurie into second with an RBI double. 5-1 Athletics. And again, there's Ed Canha. He's behind 2-0. RBI for Laurie. 55th. On his 24th double.
Tough enough in this league to get major league hitters out, but when you get into these counts where they're pretty sure they're going to get a fastball and you feel that you have to throw a strike, it gets too much of the plate, they'll typically make you pay for it, and that's what's happening to Olmos here this evening.
It's no doubt out to buy some time. Ramirez up for a second time in the last 20 minutes or so.
Lloyd on his way out.
Seen enough.
We'll see if it's a conversation or that's going to be it for Olmos.
My guess, he's seen enough. So here we go.
42 pitches, 21 strikes, 21 balls. Yep, that's going to be it.
Short stint. A's lead 5-1. here in Oakland. Presented by Delta Airlines. Lloyd McClendon lifts Edgar Olmos, who didn't have it here tonight. Now we get the Mariner debut for hard-throwing right-hander Jose Ramirez. Came over in the Ackley trade back on the 30th of July.
Good arm. Have a good fastball. He can run it in on the right-hander's hands. Also mix in a slider with it.
Valencia, grand slam, first time up. Strike one. Nice job by Hicks. Seattle City Light power play, and on a 1-1 pitch. Bases filled, gone.
Fastball in the middle of the plate, inside out swing, taking him out to right center. His 13th home run of the year.
One pitch from Ramirez. Ball two. Chopped down to Seager. Nice play to throw out Valencia. 2 outs.
Oakland now 3 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Had a lot of opportunities here in the first couple of innings.
That's for sure.
Josh Phegley.
Bring up Josh Phegley, grounded out the short in his first at bat. That's hit well, but it's going to foul.
I was talking about it with Ramirez. Good fastball, 96 miles an hour. Trying to run it in on his hands.
Ramirez made 3 relief appearances with the Yankees. 2 different stints with that ball club. Went 3-0 at AAA Scranton, a 2.90 ERA. 10 saves and 32 appearances. Just called up to this Mariners big club 3 days ago. 1-2 count here to Fegley. Trying to put him away. Ran way inside, 2-2.
Yeah, that was his changeup. Got away from him.
Strike 3 call. Productive inning for the Athletics. They get another run on 2 hits. No errors and leave them in. And the A's lead it 5-1. A reminder that it's now time for you to tweet your strongest fan photo. Use hashtag RTNWDataStrongFan. And you just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile. Work to do for the Mariners. Still very early in this ball game, top of the third. They get Ketel Marte, top of the order. His family taking in the game. As Marte shows bunt, takes ball 1 from Aaron Brooks.
Brett Lloyd, the third baseman, playing in on the grass.
There's a solid base hit. Marte out of the box hard. Smolinski has to get by him, and Marte a leadoff double here in the third. His 9th 2-base hit.
And you can see how quickly that ended up getting past the right fielder, Smolinski. Will stay back long enough on an off-speed pitch. It looked like a changeup in the middle of the plate, and Smolinski thought he was going to get to it, and there it goes. Easy double for Marte.
Kyle Seager.
A good start to the Mariners' third inning, down 5-1. Seager walked in his first appearance. Long foul. Guy looking to extend his hitting streak to 6 ball games. Turns away from that pitch. 1-1. Seager with 3 career home runs in this ball game. ballpark, I should say. 3 career home runs at the Coliseum. Bounces foul. Fielded nicely by Chris Woodward, first base coach. Rich Donnelly coaching at third.
For Aaron Brooks, so far, the pitcher for the A's, basically staying with a fastball changeup combination. Hasn't thrown many breaking balls.
0-2 strikes. Well hit. Down the line. Stays fair. Marte will cruise home. Seager digging for 2, and he's in there safely. RBI double Kyle Seager. Mariners, their second run of the night. It's 5-2 Oakland. Back-to-back doubles here in the third. RBI number 57 for Kyle. It was his 30th double.
Elevated fastball running right back to the middle of the plate. Kurt Young, the pitching coach, on his way out to the mound. So hopefully Ramirez, who has a good fastball tonight, we saw him throwing 96 miles an hour. He picked up almost. Hopefully he can hold the A's down for a couple of innings. Mariners trying to climb back in this one.
Seager's 29 doubles, 30 doubles now. One behind team leader Cano.
Now batting.
Bring up Stephen Romero. Gutierrez had started. He was the one hitting third in the lineup, had to leave the game, and so Romero picked him up. And he'll get his first at bat.
Couple of doubles to get the Mariners started here in the third inning. Good aggressive swing by young Mr. Romero.
Yeah, pretty good fastball. Middle of the plate at 92 miles an hour.
Good year, AAA, 292. 17 home runs, 79 runs batted in, and 116 at bats. Career best 37 doubles, too. There's a base hit. That'll score a run. Here comes Seager. Ball cut off by Canna. Nice work here in the third. 3 consecutive hits, an RBI for Romero in a 5-3 game. So Romero with his first RBI since being called up.
Right back up the middle. Looks like that was a breaking ball. A little slider. That'll bring up Robinson Cano. The Mariners now 2 for 4 with runners in scoring position.
Robbie represents the tying run. Romero back safely.
Venditti getting loose. The switch pitcher throws right-handed and left-handed. A chance to see him a couple of times at Safeco Field.
That was interesting.
There
Never
you go.
Base hit, Robinson Cano. Holding at second is Romero. 4 consecutive hits.
And we'll take a look at the swing, taking advantage of the hole on the right side of the infield. Little change up running away from him. Stays with it. 82 miles an hour. He was able to get it to the outside corner.
Seth Smith.
Trying to buy some time. Brooks getting hit hard here in the third inning. Seth Smith walked and scored. Scored on the sac fly by Brad Miller. That was in the second inning. Shift on against Smith with the shortstop playing behind the bag. There you go. You got Romero. He's at second. Cano at first. 1-0 pitch here to Seth Smith. Strike one. Two and one. Got a break.
Yeah. Brooks really wanted that pitch. Things aren't going particularly well for him right now, and borderline strike at the bottom of the strike zone.
Smith represents a tying run, actually the go-ahead run. Here in the third, and this one popped up. Coming on Leidendorf. Can he get it? He does. Back to second with a dive is Romero. Cano back to first. First out of the inning for the Mariners.
35.
Good start, though. Double RBI single, base hit. Now the first out, and then I'll bring up Mark Trumbo. He fouled out to the catcher Fegley in his first at bat on the first pitch.
Yeah, he had a first pitch fastball. It was right in the middle of the plate. He just missed it.
First pitch to Trumbo from Brooks. Missed. Ball one. That'll get through the whole base hit. Stop sign is put up. So the Mariners have them loaded up. They've come back with a vengeance here in the third. And Bob Melvin, he's going to put a halt to this. As the Mariners come out swinging the bats here in the third. And they're going to chase Aaron Brooks right out of this ball game. Pat Venditti, the switch pitcher, is going to get the call. And we'll see him throw left-handed, get to see him right-handed. See all that when we come back. Coliseum. And a reminder, you can add Mariner baseball to your list of things to enjoy over the upcoming holiday weekend. Join us for a Labor Day matinee this Monday when the Mariners and Rangers face off. Special start time, note this, 3:40. Log on to Mariners.com today to pick up tickets. We get to see something that we don't see often. Pat Venditti, the switch pitcher, takes over for the Athletics. We saw his act up in Seattle for the first time. Nice kid. And it's a unique approach. Father wanted him to do this going back to when he was about 3 years old. And here he is.
16 2/3, 10 strikeouts, 4 walks, posting just 169. He has given up a couple of home runs. There's the six-finger glove out there. Throws a little bit harder right-handed than he does left-handed.
Big breaking ball, hammered down the line, stays fair, it does. Scoring is Romero, scoring is Cano. A 2-run double by Lomo. Logan Morrison ties this game up at 5-5.
Third double in the inning for the Mariners. They are now 4 for 7 with runners in scoring position. But more importantly, this hit right here will tie up the ball game. Little slider left out over the plate. Logan's starting to heat up. He's now 2 for 2. He picks up a couple of RBIs.
That is a big boy comeback.
A's will bring their infield in.
Brad Miller looks at a strike. Brad delivered a sacrifice fly first time up. Trumbo got all the way to third. 46th and 47th runs batted in for Morrison. Brad's got to go to work here 0-2. Go ahead run. Trumbo, he's at third. Boy, did he fight that off.
They call that an emergency hack.
That it was.
He was expecting the slider again, ends up being a fastball in on his hands, and the last minute just trying to get it out of there. You can see how deep it gets, almost out of the glove of Fegley, the catcher. Been there, done that.
Yeah. Brad, the 8th man to the plate here. Mariners have tied it up, looking for the lead. Pitch way outside. Almost taken off the hook. Feeling a lot better right now. 1-2 here to Miller. Lays off it. Couple of big boys on base. Trumbo and Morrison. There's a double hinge glove. 3-2 to Brad Miller. John Hicks on deck. All of this with 1 out. 3-2 to Brad. Breaking ball hit the other way. Can't get it. Leidendorf will not put a glove on it. Trumbo scores. Miller to second as Morrison scores. Another double for the Mariners. They now have the lead at 7-5. Fourth double in the inning. It's 5 runs. 6 runs on, what's that, 7 hits now. That's pretty doggone impressive. Good job by Brad Miller. 3 RBIs for him.
He's able to stay on the breaking ball that was away from him. Leidendorf, poor angle at this. I think it completely fooled him. He thought he was on track, but Brad able to hit it over his head. You see him start to get ground right about there, and by then it's too late.
Hicks looks at a pitch down low. Ninth man to the plate. Leon getting ready, and quickly. Strike to John.
Marte, who started the inning off with a double, waits on deck. Hicks, the 9th batter to the plate.
Wonderful inning by the Mariners here. 1 out. Brad Miller's got good speed. He's out at second. All 2 to Hicks. Venditti comes in, gives up a 2-run double. Brad Miller doubles in a couple more.
And Fegley starting to give it to the home plate umpire, Gabe Morales. That last pitch, he wanted that one. Is at the bottom of the strike zone. Didn't get the call.
Hicks fouls it off. Been one of the more productive innings the Mariners have had all season. Way outside. Full count. Morrison jumped on the first pitch, was a hanger. Brad Miller on a 3-2 pitch. Slapped one the other way as Marte gets ready for his second at bat in the inning. And now Hicks has worked the full count. High pop of center field. Burns takes charge. It's out number 2 as Miller holds it second. The Mariners have batted around.
See what Venditti wants to do right here. You have a switch hitter going up to face the switch pitcher. And it looks like he's going to stay throwing left-handed. So Marte gets the different helmet.
Mariners trailed 4-0 and 5-1, and they've come back with a vengeance here in the third. Another run out there for him. Miller at second. Marte takes a breaking ball for a strike. One. Marte trying to add to the damage here. Looks at that breaking ball for ball 2. Two-one pitch. Straight back. Marte opened the inning with a double to right. Scored. 2-2 pitch, 2 out. Runner at second. Victory call. 10 men to the plate, 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors, 1 left. A bonanza of an inning for the Mariners, who have a 7-5 lead. just put up a 6-spot top half of this inning. Let's take a look at our Arco top performer. This is an impressive list. And our guy, Franklin Gutierrez, who just had to leave the game recently, groin issue. Top of this list, top tier performer presented by Arco. And look at that. Harper, Sano, Stanton, Donaldson, and Cruz. Impressive.
Look at all those guys in the MVP conversation. Sano, Rookie of the Year conversation.
So that kid Sano is impressive. Here's Smolinski. Jose Ramirez, 3-0 count. This is his third batter. Got a ground out and a strikeout looking. Get the Mariners out of the second. Smolinski with an infield base hit. Hayes scored 4 times on 4 hits. First inning. And this is Jose Ramirez making his Mariners debut. 3-1.
Well, you have to like his fastball so far. It's topped out at 96. That last fastball at 95 with some run to it. For a couple of good sliders. Only one changeup. He missed badly with it.
Romo, long run.
Oh, he hit the wall hard. That's the reason why he goes into that slide to try to make the catch, but also to protect himself. As you see Logan, you know you're going to get his best effort on every play.
And again, his football wide receiving skills or tight end skills, big help for him in terms of running down balls over his head. Those over the edge, over his shoulder catches he's making. Tracks a foul ball as well as anybody in the league. He'll get plenty of time to show off here in this series. Just joining us, Mariners win an early 4-0. Hull almost didn't have it, chased after an inning in the third. The Mariners got 1 in the second, then 6 in the third. Here's a fly ball, right field for Seth Smith.
Both bullpens going to get some work tonight. Right now you have Fernando Abad getting loose in the pen for the A's, hard throwing left-hander, and Michael Guaipe getting loose in the pen for the Mariners. And Dave, in September, when you have a couple of young starters out there, that's the reason why you have the call-ups. Plenty of arms for both clubs.
Yes, indeed. Both of these bullpens have had their issues this year. Billy Butler, as we look at Oakland, their bullpen 14th, the Mariners 12th in the American League. 0-1. Butler walked his first time up. Two and one. Angels now have a 2-0 lead on Texas in Anaheim, bottom of the 5th inning. Huge series over in the National League Central. Pirates in pursuit of the Cardinals. Pittsburgh 6.5 back, second place. Well, the Pirates right now have a 9-3 lead, bottom 9 at St. Louis, where the Cardinals seemingly never lose. Cardinals entered today with a home record of 48-20.
They were 6.5 back at St. Louis at the start of today.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're going to have to sweep them, try to get it to 3.5, because then they still play them again. They play them one more series. So for Pittsburgh, I'm sure that's on their mind. Go in there, try to get a sweep. Not an easy thing to do in St. Louis.
Good luck.
Best home record in baseball. So they're off to a good start, though.
2-2. Bouncing ball to Marte. Another example of how he was going to charge that ball. Next thing you know, the ball was on him.
Yep. A little bit different.
Yeah.
Fast infield.
Don't miss Big Sky Conference football this fall here on Root Sports, presented by your local Ford stores. All the action begins Saturday, September 19th at 1 p.m. Pacific as the Montana State Bobcats travel to Roos Field to take on the Eastern Washington Eagles. For a full broadcast schedule, visit rootsports.com. Tyler Ladendorf pitched on a fielder's choice.
Ramirez looking to have a 1-2-3 inning, which would be the first time in the ballgame for either team.
Seth Smith has that under control, and there's your 1-2-3 third. Nicely done there. After the Mariners put a 6 up on the board in the top half of the inning, he posts a 0. 7-5 Mariners. Those waters. Time for a UPS Store weekend weather report. Tomorrow, game time at about 5:30. 70 degrees and sunny, and a good forecast for Sunday as well. I like that. Is it true that Mr. Riz rode a bike across the Golden Gate Bridge again?
Oh, I don't know if he did it again. I know he has done it.
That's impressive. Battle of the bullpens here at O.Co Coliseum. Here's Fernando Abad.
51 appearance, a 3.76 ERA. Only sitting 243. He's given up 9 home runs this year.
So Fernando Abad takes over. He's the third Oakland pitcher. Here's Kyle Seager to greet him. Kyle an RBI double last time up, walked in the first. Seager, Romero, and Cano, 2-3-4. Mariners playing without Nelson Cruz. Got a quad problem and a groin problem. Has KO'd Franklin Gutierrez for this evening.
Kyle 1 for 1 tonight, has a double, an RBI, a run scored. He also walked in the first inning.
The double extended Kyle's hitting streak to 6 ball games. Now 11 for his last 22.
The Mariners, Ben Guipe has set down. It's like Tony Zick getting loose. We haven't seen Tony yet. Recently called up.
Kyle with a base hit to right center field. Taking a hard turn. Burns gets it back in.
Pitch right out over the plate for him. Pretty good fastball at the top of the strike zone. Kyle not trying to pull it, just hits it hard right back up the middle. He has been hot.
Romero took Goody's place. Got an RBI single to center field. He's not messing around. Look at this. Driving it deep to right center field. Gone! A two-run homer. He was aggressive in his first at-bat. Swinging at the first pitch, fouled it off, delivered a single, and here, first pitch from about a two-run jack, and it's 9-5 Mariners.
He now has 3 RBIs in the ball game. So ended up getting in the game because Franklin Gutierrez had a groin issue, and he's taking advantage of it. Now 2 for 2, his first home run since being called up, and 3 RBIs in the game.
He and Sean O'Malley have impacted nicely in there since being called up.
Well, they both have been aggressive.
Yeah, exactly. O'Malley, he was up there the other day. Hey, man, let's go to work. Boom, boom, boom.
Why not? Go up there, have some fun.
It can happen. It's a terrific turnaround by the Mariners. They were in a 4-0 hole first inning as Cano fouls one off. Danny Valencia with a grand slam. No head hanging. They come right back, and here it is, a 9-5 lead, top of the 4th. Cano with a base hit to right his last time up. First time he bounced into a double play. Two-one count for Robbie. Fastball for a strike. 2-2. So Romero's driven in 3, 1 for Seager. You got 2 RBIs for Morrison and 3 for Brad Miller. Stays 2-2.
Seems that Abad has lost a little bit off his fastball. I thought he used to throw harder than that. He's been 90-91 with his fastball. I remember 93 to 95.
Every bit.
Yeah.
A lot off in that. Robbie get a piece. 2-2. Burns as this one tracked. First out of 4th inning. Take a look at our CenturyLink What's Next. Coming up, you'll get the King tomorrow, 15-8, 3.66 ERA against Jesse Chavez, and then Masashi Iwakuma against Sean Nolan.
Mariners have seen a lot of Chavez over the years. Hopefully they have a good game plan for that one. Nolan making his major league debut, so you'd have to think that is in the favor of Iwakuma.
Felix 21-8, 2.62. His career numbers in 39 starts against Oakland. Smith a walk and a fly to left.
And the A's keep the shift on with Seth hitting.
But not only is his Velocity down. He's throwing a lot more breaking balls so far.
Probably because of that.
Yeah. Hand in hand. Burns get another opportunity. Two outs. So Houston wins 8-0. Angels lead 3-0 over Texas. That's in the top of the 6th. Texas 2 behind Houston. Angels 5.5. Here's Mark Trumbo.
Mark with a base hit his last time up. 1 for 2 tonight. Scored a run.
Good inning here in the 4th. Seager leads off of the base hit to center. And then Romero punishes a ball right center field. 2-run homer. One to Mark. Good slugging night for the Mariners. 4 doubles and a home run. Outside for ball 2. Way outside. Trumbo with 9 home runs with Arizona, 11 with the Mariners, 20 on the season. Logan Morrison, 2 for 2, 2-run double last time. Straight away center field. Burns records all 3 outs, but the Mariners do get 2 runs on 2 hits. Expand the lead to 9-5. Of the BNSF Blast. By AM/PM, too much good stuff. By Honda, get a dream deal on your favorite Honda now at your Honda dealer. You look at the southeast side, the slope of Telegraph Hill, San Francisco. We've had wonderful weather here since arriving in the wee hours, what was that, Thursday morning. Tony Zych making his Mariner debut. He's the third pitcher tonight. And he follows Jose Ramirez.
So our first opportunity to see Tony. Sinking fastball, mixing a slider with it.
Shortstop, number 10, Marcus Semien.
Tony went 1-2 at AAA Tacoma, 3.41 ERA, 37 strikeouts in 25 games.
And a pretty good fastball at 95 miles an hour on the outside corner.
Mariners picked him up from the Cubs. April 2nd for cash considerations.
There's the slider.
Marcus Semien, the shortstop, leading off, flied out to center first time. So a 3-pitch strikeout in his Mariner debut for Tony Zych.
We saw the good fastball at 95, and now he shows a couple of breaking balls well located on the outside corner.
Listed first alphabetically, David Ardsma. The DA used to be with the Mariners and now listed last. Tony Zych, top of the order, Burns. It's 1 for 2. First pitch he saw in the first inning, single to center, came around and scored on the grand slam by Valencia. Second time up, popped out to Cano. Tony Zych, drafted by the Cubs, 4th round in the 2011 Major League Draft. And now he is officially in the baseball register. Tony's career numbers in the minors, cumulative numbers, 15-16, 1-loss record, 3.71 ERA. 228 innings, 199 strikeouts. Won the count.
Home plate umpire Gabe Morales. He hasn't given either side that low strike tonight. 2-0 pitch was right there, and he didn't give it to him.
Strikeout and a walk for Tony Zych. Brings up Mark Canha. Scored twice tonight, 1 for 2. Reached on an error by Seager in the first. Singled and stole a base in the second inning. Runner goes, throw to second. Got him. Nice throw, John Hicks. Burns knew it. Caught stealing 2-4.
Had a chance to talk to Dan Wilson about Hicks. Dan's here in the Bay Area working on the radio side with Rick Riz, and he said that his arm is probably average, but he has quick feet and he gets rid of the ball quickly, and you could certainly see it right there. Good tag by Cano. Can make up for a lot being athletic, and that's what he is.
Tony Zych out of Hazel Crest, Illinois, 25 years old, went to the University of Louisville, a Cardinal. St. Rita High School in Chicago, Illinois. One-two pitch, fouled off. Tony Zick. Let's play. Who does he look like? Seriously, the next. It just dawned on me.
Maybe I have a better idea if he mixed.
Look, there we go. Look at it right there. That shot tells you everything you know about a famous Hollywood actor.
You're going to have to give it to me.
Jake Gyllenhaal. Looks like a flat-out doppelganger. He's had a good inning. 2 strikeouts. Hicks throws out a runner. And his debut, first inning, a success. 9-5 Mariners. Angie, thank you very much. Logan Morrison swinging a hot bat, 2-run double, and a base hit tonight. When you get on a streak like this, try to set a land speed record, get into that batter's box.
You bet. It's amazing. You fight all the time when you're taking your batting practice and watching film and working on your mechanics to try to find a way to get this game to slow down for you. And you finally get there. Yeah, you're anxious to get to the plate. And it appears that's what's happening with Logan again. A couple of home runs at the end of the series in Houston. And off to a good start here with a couple of hits and a double.
He did go, says Gabe Morales. Almost 4 for his last 4. I'm told too, by the way, regarding the Brad Miller stirrups, they're available at the Mariners store at Safeco Field.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I played over there before.
Oof, look at that strike zone. My goodness.
Been a little inconsistent for Gabe tonight. Gabe Morales, the home plate umpire.
Move his eyes in San Francisco. Fought that off. 2-2. Lomo, Brad Miller, and John Hicks. 7, 8, 9 in the order for the Mariners as we play here in the 5th. Huge third inning. 10 men to the plate. 6 runs, 7 hits for the Mariners. 4 doubles in that inning. Logan's got a 2-2 count. Hit off of a bod right to the third baseman, and Lomo just nipped. 1-5-3. 1 away here in the 5th inning. We take a look at our Geico This Date in MLB history. A's blown 11-0 lead to the Royals, winning on a 9th inning hit by Scott Hatteberg to record their 20th consecutive win, American League record, and that's the game and the event, the moment that was captured in the film Moneyball.
I remember that when they were going through that run. It was unreal. It seemed like there was a lot of late game wins for him too.
3 RBI night for Brad Miller. Sacrifice fly and a 2-run double. RBI leaders in this ball game. Stephan Romero off the bench. Take the place of an ailing Franklin Gutierrez. He's knocked in 3, and so is Brad. Go 2. Chris Woodward's been busy tonight. That's about the 4th one he's fielded.
It's flawless too.
Absolutely. Great form. Bouncing on his toes. Looking good.
Always had good hands.
Yep. See him in the gym all the time. Works out hard. He and Edgar. One and 2. Well, he located a Mariner fan with these, and this guy's night is made. Attendance tonight 16,382. 2-2 count to Brad. He's playing Brad straight away in the outfield and in the infield. Bounced up there. He's battled. Have to count the 3 and 2. John Hicks on deck. (9-5) Mariner lead. Good looking line score. 1 in the 2nd, 6 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th. This after Oakland 5 early runs. 4 runs in the 1st and 1 in the 2nd.
Seeing John Hicks on deck, looking to join the hit parade. Mariners just here in the 5th inning, they already have 10 hits in the ball game. Seen a lot of this too. A lot of 3-2 counts for him. This will be the 9th pitch of the at bat. Now 10.
Aaron Brooks, Edgar Olmos, starters long gone. 3-2. Walked it. 1 out walk here in the 5th. Fernando Abad walks his first batter. Safeco Insurance and the Mariners invite you to do more with a Grand Slam family package. 4 tickets, hot dogs, and Pepsi soft drinks for one low price for next Wednesday's game when the Mariners host the Rangers. Go to Mariners.com to pick up your family package tickets. Mariners come home, good-looking homestand. 4 with Texas, 3 with Colorado, and 3 with the Angels.
We'll see if John can pick up a base hit.
Brad Miller's stolen 12 bases this year. One to John. Down a 4th-round pick of the Mariners back in 2011 out of the University of Virginia. Fernando Rodriguez warming up for the A's. 1-1 pitch here. Outside.
Yeah, I think Fernando Abad running out of gas. He's now thrown 40 pitches in the ball game, 25 strikes for him. Tough time finding the strike zone with his fastball now.
Two and two. Parts of 5 minor league seasons. Hicks hit a combined 280, 32 runs, home runs, and 216 runs batted in. It's hit hard. Burns runs down a slicing drive to the gap. Two outs. Back to Ketel Marte. 1 for 3 with a run scored. Burns, good-looking player.
Yeah, I agree. Something that the Mariners are trying to do. Marte a part of that.
Athletic.
Maybe O'Malley. Yeah, some speed, getting more athletic.
Reminds us our good friend and radio producer engineer telling stories about his alma mater, the University of Oklahoma, and Barry Switzer's great quote, "We're going to out-athlete them."
It helps.
Yeah, it does. What a difference that makes when you get a bunch in there. Runner goes. What a break by Brad. Throw down to second. Got him. Heck of a throw by Fegley. But stealing 2-4. Fegley throws out Brad Miller. He lost just a little bit of speed there. That's a brilliant throw. 9-5 Mariners. Road trip 10 games, 11 days for the Mariners, and right now they enjoy a nice lead at 9-5. Brett Laurie leads off. Tony Zick, third pitcher. He had a great Mariner debut in the fourth, 2 strikeouts. John Hicks helped him out after a walk. He threw out Billy Burns trying to steal. Seager, lovely play going to his left, 1 down.
You can see Kyle ranging to his left, and the way that he goes after this ground ball, it's going to be a little bit of an in-between hop, and he just smothers it. Makes that play with so much confidence. Routine for him.
Danny Valencia.
Well, here's the guy that did first inning damage with a grand slam, Danny Valencia. A much traveled Danny Valencia. His ticket's been punched to Minnesota, Boston, Baltimore, Kansas City, Toronto, and now Oakland.
We've seen Ramirez out of the bullpen tonight. He hit 96. That last pitch from Zick, also 96 on the outside corner. That's a breaking ball hit back up the middle.
Valencia having a heck of a night, 2 for 3. Let's take a look at our Delta Airlines. Keep climbing standings in the wild card chase. Toronto lost. The Yankees win tonight. Rangers are playing
Against the Angels.
And Minnesota hanging in. And the Yankee win was against Tampa Bay.
Minnesota was thumped by Houston today, 8-0. Angels leading Texas 3-1. They're in the 7th inning.
With that Yankee win and the Toronto loss, Yankees are only a half game behind, half game out of first place. Josh Phegley 0 for 2. Ground out to short and a strikeout look. Hanger got fouled back. Heater at 95. Begley's gone. Tony Zick with his 3rd strikeout. There's 2 outs here in the 5th. Change up your commute. Take our online trip planner for spin at soundtransit.org. Wow, I like Jake Smolinski. His walk-up music, Gimme Shelter. I like the opening bars of that. You're okay, Jake. I like it.
White and Rasmussen both getting loose in the Mariner pen.
Oh, stroke deep left field. Romero going back. He's there, makes the catch. He's having fun too. Tony Zick. 2 scoreless innings, 9-5 Mariners. Mariners went into rampage mode, scoring 6 times after being down 5-1 entering that inning. One of the better offensive output innings we've had this season. Stephen Romero in for Franklin Gutierrez with an RBI single. Good stuff that inning. Morrison, Miller. It was a parade. 10 men came to the plate. 6 runs on 7 hits. And here is Stephen Romero to lead it off. Check that. We're up at the top of the order. Marte, beg your pardon. It's Marte. Marte, Seager, and then Romero.
Yeah, like about the 3rd inning, it's all the doubles, the 4 doubles in that inning. Mariners driving the ball into the gaps.
I love the aggressive approach Romero has shown in both of his plate appearances.
Let's see, Sean Doolittle, just 4 appearances on the year. Only 3 2/3. He has 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. Opponents hitting .231 off of him.
Shoulder problems for Doolittle. His velocity not what it once was. This might be interesting. Foul ball. Walensky gave it a good try.
Yeah, for Doolittle, as you mentioned, shoulder problems for him, trying to work his way back. We're used to seeing his fastball closer to 95, but his velocity starting to get back at 91, 92 miles an hour. Again, just his 5th appearance on the year.
Two to Marte. Now.
Good fastball at 94. Typically, when Doolittle is right, this is what he's going to do. A lot of fastballs, and that was a good fastball at the top of the strike zone at 94. Kyle Seager perfect so far tonight. Been up to the plate 3 times, been on base all 3 times, walked in the 1st, doubled in the 3rd, base hit in the 4th. He scored 2 runs and driven in 1.
Another guy, you can see the confidence at the plate these last couple of weeks.
We were talking about it on the homestand, and he's really struggled in August for the Mariners. And we were talking about it. I said he's going to have a big September. He ended up getting started a little bit earlier. That last week of August was pretty good for him.
That's how you come out of an 0 for 28.
Yeah.
That's playable. 3rd baseman in foul territory. It's Valencia. 2 outs.
I'll bring up Stephen Romero, 2 for 2. Hit his 1st home run. Has 3 RBIs in the ball game.
This is a guy that didn't even start. Goody started, had a groin issue, had to leave the game. So he got up there and has been proactive. Mariners 9-4 on the season series against the Athletics. 4-3 here at O.co Coliseum. 0-2 to Doolittle. Oakland's bullpen next to last. Only Detroit's bullpen has a worse ERA. Oakland at 4.53, Detroit at 4.76 ERA. Mariners just 2 steps above 4.34. 1-2 from Doolittle.
Pretty good job by Stephen Romero to lay off of that breaking ball again. He doesn't throw many of them. Pretty good fastball tonight.
Two. Good at bat. Cano's on deck. Two pitch. What it's worth, his body language is a lot different at the plate than it was last year. Duh, that's part of the growth. I get that, but it just, you can see it.
Well, I think that you have a time to reflect, and when you're up here for the first time, it's a whirlwind. You get down there, you start thinking about some of the things that went on and what we've seen, and we've talked about it. Just much more aggressive, even catching that fly ball out in left field. He had it no problem, was able to get back to the track, catching it in front of the wall, but you could tell he was catching it with a lot of confidence, had it the whole way.
Yep.
And that's exactly the way he looks at the plate right now. But I think that time you have to think about things, a different approach next time you get a chance.
Punched out this time. 1-2-3 go the Mariners in the 6th. Right now that lead looks pretty good at 9-5 Seattle. Final trip here to Oakland this season. Send out happy birthday wishes to Pat Bernstein, 96 years old today, born in Seattle. She even got an autograph from Babe Ruth when he came through the Northwest one time. She followed the Mariners since their inception. Big baseball fan in general, and her favorite player is number 11, Edgar Martinez. There's Billy Butler. Tony's Zick has looked pretty good in his first 2 innings. 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. Giving up 1 hit. There's
good choice, picking Edgar.
Real good choice, Pat. There's your guy right there. Senor Martinez. Butler today, a walk and a ground out to short. Pitch outside, 2-1. Butler, big part of Kansas City's American League Championship team last year. Coco Crisp.
Spent a lot of time on the DL this year.
Anytime I read or see his name, the phrase "off injured, Coco Crisp" comes to mind.
Rob Rasmussen getting loose. Michael Guipe with him.
Coco, when he's healthy, he's been an effective player. Edgar almost started the game, an inning and a third, got knocked out, but the boys picked him up, took him off the hook. Ball, big foul. Three and two here to Billy Butler. Brad Miller, long run for this one. Base of the fence. Butler digging for two, and he'll get there. 25th double. Billy Butler leads off the 86th.
And he's going to get an elevated breaking ball up out over the plate.
Your attention, please, for the Athletics, batting for Lane York, number 4, Coco Crisp.
Tony Zick gives up a double, leading off the 6th. Now he'll face pinch hitter, popular player here in Oakland, Coco Crisp. Elbow surgery late in spring training, and some neck injuries as well. So Coco sends one up the middle. Marte's there, pulls Lomo off the bag. Butler to third.
Yeah, this will jam Coco, and I think the speed of the ball getting through the infield fooled Marte a little bit. And then he had to rush his throw with Coco getting down the line. Logan clearly off the base on the wide throw.
Coco still got the wheels. Ran through the base. Didn't know he was safe.
And that'll bring out Lloyd McClendon. He's going to make a pitching change. It'll be Michael Guipe.
Marcus Semion's going to be the next hitter, the shortstop. He's 0 for 2 with a fly to center and a strikeout. So Tony Zick is out here in the 6th. Casino, big play, and Tony Zick, his Mariner debut, Mike, not bad at all.
No, I thought he had good stuff tonight. Topped out at 96, has some run to his fastball, showed a good slider, and better yet, command of it.
Jake Gyllenhaal look-alike did a nice job.
Sure, he's happy to get his first appearance out of the way.
Michael Guipe, third pitcher out of the pen for Lloyd McClendon.
10 appearances, 14 2/3, 11 strikeouts to 4 walks. Opponent's hitting .371 against him. He's given up 4 home runs.
Simeon has swung the bat well against Mariner pitching this year. This one fouled back. Gavelli Coco Crisp. On the edge of 300 steals.
Right at 80%.
James Jones last year with the Mariners was 28 out of 29.
Yes.
That's the best career percentage in big league history with that many steals. James Jones. 4 more. Billy Butler at third. There's a drive into the gap. Coco motoring. He's the second. Coming to third. He'll score. Simeon the second. He's going to get the third with a 2-run triple. Simeon's 5th triple of the season.
Take a look at the location of this pitch. Up, out over the plate. We've seen that a lot tonight from both sides. A lot of elevated pitches out over the plate.
Let's just tighten things up. Top of the order, Billy Burns. 3 consecutive hits. Double, single, triple.
Timeout called. Baseball out on the field. Got away in the bullpen, so they're giving him time to get it off the field.
Double clutch. That cost him. Unscored 9-8 ball game. So fast infield. We talked about it back in the first inning.
Well, and it also allows the fast runners to get down the line, and that little hesitation, that double clutch right there is the difference with Billy Burns getting down the line.
One-run ball game. Burns a base-stealing threat at first. There's Mark Canha. 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored, a stolen base. Pitch out, nothing doing.
And now you're trying to protect 1 run, so you have to pay attention to Billy Burns at first base. He's already been thrown out once, but he'll go again.
25 out of 32 on the season. Got a good lead.
What was that pitch?
2-0.
Talked about it earlier with Gabe Morales, home plate umpire. You saw it right there at the bottom of the strike zone. He has not given that pitch all night.
Either side. 2-0. Burns fakes. And ball 3.
Brett Laurie waiting on deck. Brett's had a good night. He's 2 for 3. Scored a run and driven in a run.
3-0. There it goes. Strike. Throw down to second. Not in time. Stolen base number 26. Nice jump. Stays on the bag. Burns plus speed.
Ooh, that was a lot closer than I thought. Take another look at it. Tags him on his shirt. And they're going to take a look at it. As if he maybe touched his shirt before his foot came back down on the bag, but they're going to take a look at it.
This is a wild game. We're just in the bottom of the 6th.
Well, this
is
is
all about the bullpen.
Yeah, and this is a big play right now. Still nobody out. Rob Rasmussen, the left-hander, ready to go in the pen.
Nine-8 ball game. Oakland got out to a big lead. Grand slam first inning by Valencia. Mariners got to run back in the second. Hayes added another in the second to make it 5-1. Then the Mariners explode for 6 in the third. 2 more in the fourth.
I think maybe he had him.
That's where the contact is made. He had him.
Well, and the thing with Robbie is he's so quick at putting that tag on you.
Get him there. There's the foot. That looks like there's contact there before that foot touched.
Makes it tough on the Mariners, though, because he was called safe. We'll see how much that they can see.
Take a long, hard look back in New York City. White Bay throwing to stay warm.
And he's out. One of the better base dealers, and John Hicks has thrown him out a couple of times tonight.
It's impressive. Caught 2-4. And they needed that out in a big way. Took a minute 15 on that replay challenge. Here's a 3-1 to Canna. Nobody on now.
Logan Kensing has joined Rasmussen in the bullpen.
Stealing. Big throw by John Hicks. Second time he's got Burns tonight. 3-2 to Canna. Another base runner for the Athletics. White Bay's come in and given up a 2-run triple. An RBI infield single and now a walk.
And second baseman, number 15, Brett Laurie.
Brett Laurie having a good night. First inning single run score. Second inning RBI double. Fifth inning ground out to Seager. He's a 6-man to the plate here in the 6th inning. Upstairs 1-1. Angels now have a 5-2 lead. Bottom 7 against Texas. Foul off. Texas 2 behind Houston. Houston 1 earlier. Angels 5.5 back. Breaking ball hit to Kyle. Robbie for 1. Omo for 2. Needed that double play big time. Athletics have closed the gap. They put a 3 spot on the board to make it a 9-8 Mariner lead. By Jack in a Box. For a limited time, try the new Portobello Mushroom Buttery Jack with melted garlic herb butter. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. By Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. And by CenturyLink, your link to what's next. Good to be with you on this cooling evening here at O.co Coliseum in Oakland. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, and the Root Sports crew. New pitcher for the Athletics, as this is turned into a battle of the bullpens. And they have brought in Ryan Doe.
Only his 3rd appearance on the year. A couple of innings of work, 2 strikeouts, hasn't walked anybody. Opponent's hitting 143.
Ryan's out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Born there, still lives there. 32nd round selection in the 2012 first-year draft.
We'll get Cano, Smith, and Trumbo in the top of the 7th.
0-1. Robbie tonight, 1 for 3. 3rd inning base hit to right, scored. That big 6-run inning. Laurie makes a nice play. Going to bring up Seth Smith. The other thing too at this time of year, Mike, as you well know, is you write down your extra players. Run out of room. Coco Chris takes over in left field.
Well, that's why the managers are a little bit quicker to pull guys in games, because they have so many bodies they can go to.
Sure. 0-2 to Seth. Two pitch.
That being said, at this point in the game, Lloyd would like to see another couple of runs on the board. He's going to get Kensing in there for the bottom of the 7th, probably Carson Smith for the 8th, and then Tom Wilhelmsen for the 9th. There's Logan.
Ball and 2 strikes to Seth Smith. Play. Count stays 1-2 to Seth. He'll be followed by Mark Trumbo. Smitty tonight walk, fly out to left, fly out to center. 1-2. Did go. Seth Smith saying, hey, get some help. Yeah, Morales not hearing it. 2 away.
Well, take a look. You can decide.
Number 35, Mark Trumbo.
That's a pretty good hold.
Yeah, I thought so too. That's why Seth was not happy. He wanted him to get some help.
He's at Mark Trumbo, 1 for 3. 3rd inning, base hit the left and a run scored. Two. Ryan Doe. Good breaking ball. Count stays 0-2. Haven't had a hit since the home run by Romero back in the 4th inning. Trumbo strikes out. So Delph was a 1-2-3 7th. Mariners holding on 9-8. List play today. Good to have you here in Oakland with us. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew. Game one of the final leg of the penultimate road trip for the Mariners. 2 more games here. We'll be with you tomorrow. It's 6:05 first pitch and then a 1:07 first pitch on Sunday. 9-8 ball game. Oakland got out in front quickly. Danny Valencia, first inning grand slam. Made it a 5-1 lead after 2, but the Mariners sent 10 men to the plate. 6 runs, 7 hits in the third. 2 more runs in the fourth, none since. And then Oakland comes right back in the 6th inning with 3 runs to make this a 1-run ball game. Logan Kinsing takes over, 4th man out of the pen.
7 innings of work for him, 7 strikeouts. He's walked 5 batters. He needs to stay away from the walks right here. Opponent's hitting just 192 off of Logan. And Valencia going to lead things off. It'll be Valencia, Fegley, and Smolinski due up. Vidal Nuno getting loose in the pen for the Mariners.
Easy play for Cano. 1 away. 1 pitch, 1 out. Hey fans, don't forget to say hi to the best mascot in baseball next time you're at Safeco Field. Swing by the Seattle Children's Moose Den. It's located in center field for a photo with none other than the Mariner Moose.
Going to have a pinch hitter.
Stephen Vogt. He's going to pinch hit. Scratched before the game. He was originally in the starting lineup. Stephen Vogt, 18 homers, 67 runs batted in. Club leader in both categories, a .269 hitter.
And Lloyd out of the dugout. Buying time for Nuno.
Point counterpoint being played here in the 7th inning. Mariners holding a 9-8 lead. Vidal Nuno will come on to pitch against pinch hitter Stephen Vogt. At the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. 2 more games here in this good-looking homestand in front of us. 4 games with Texas, 3 with the Rockies, and 3 with the Angels. And then that leads into the final road trip, which will take us to Texas for 3, KC for 3, and Anaheim play the Angels for 3.
For Nuno, 24 appearances on the year, a 3.75 ERA, 48 innings. He has 36 strikeouts. Opponent's hitting .277 against him.
Pitching to Stephen Vogt. Both pinch hitting for Josh Phegley, the starting catcher tonight. Up the middle, finds a way through, base hit.
Carson Smith throwing in the bullpen. Just started throwing. Well, Cano was playing him to pull. You can see him reaching for that last pitch, and once he gets past Nuno, probably not able to get to it.
Mariners turn to double play to get out of the sixth. Could use one and the same right now. Sperlinski tonight, infield hit the first. Flied out to right in the third and lined out to left in the fifth. One from Nuno.
Timeout. We have another baseball on the field. Nuno's fastball will be 89, 90 miles an hour. Mix in a slider and a changeup with it.
One. Upstairs, 2 balls, 1 strike. Two-one. Seth Smith backing up a little bit. 2 outs, 1 on, 7th inning. Nominate your favorite plays of the week by tweeting us using the hashtag RootFanFave. Each month, one lucky fan is going to win a Coors Light Refresherator just for participating. Official rules, visit rootsports.com. 2 outs, 1 on for Billy Butler. Double to right center his last time up.
And Lloyd quickly out of the dugout. Going to go get Carson Smith. It will be the 6th reliever for the Mariners.
Boys, be ready, and they have been. Nuno gives up a hit, gets an out. 9-8 Mariners here in Oakland. One of 3, and a reminder that this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. So another move made here now as Josh Reddick, left-hand hitter, pinch hit for Billy Butler against the righty Carson Smith.
And for Carson, 60 appearances on the year. 2.76 ERA, 76 strikeouts to 19 walks. Opponents hitting .197. Good fastball. He'll be in the low to mid 90s. His best pitch is his slider. He will use a changeup to the left-handers, which Reddick is.
Stephen Vogt, the runner at first. Outside, ball one.
Joe Beimel starting to get loose in the pen.
Joe activated today, had some shoulder issues. Out for a couple of weeks. Like Carson Smith's last couple of appearances, striking out Altuve with the game pretty much in the line the last 2 days. Those 2 games in Houston. Impressive. Right now, he's behind 2-0 to Reddick.
Fernando Rodriguez, hard-throwing right-hander, getting loose in the A's pen.
Base hit. Left center field, backhanded by Miller. Gets it into second and keep Reddick at first. Runners at the corners. There's Vogt. Scoots over to third base.
He's going to get a fastball. Out over the plate and hits it hard. We talked about it all night on both sides. A lot of good hitting counts for both teams tonight, and they've taken advantage of it. They haven't missed too many 2-0, 3-1, 3-2 fastballs in the middle of the plate. I'll bring up Coco. You have to stay on your toes with him at the plate. He can do a lot of different things with his speed.
2 outs, runners at the corners. Coco with an infield hit. He's a pinch hitter in the 6th. Tying run at third, the go-ahead run at first. The 0-1 from Carson Smith. Right to Loma. And that'll do it. So the A's are turned away after they mounted a pretty doggone good threat here in the 7th inning. To the 8th inning we go. Mariners still holding a 9-8 lead. And a category, most home runs in the American League since August 1st. No surprise to see Toronto and Baltimore. Mariners right there. Yankees and Minnesota. It's a good 5.
Unfortunately for the Mariners, 2 of the guys that have done a lot of that damage since August 1st are out of the lineup right now. Cruz with a quad. And Franklin Gutierrez with a groin strain. Fernando Rodriguez is going to take over for the A's. Hard-throwing right-hander.
Boy, relievers galore tonight. This will be 2-5. That's the 5th one for Oakland, 6 for the Mariners.
44 appearances, a 3.80 ERA, 53 strikeouts in 45 innings. Opponent's hitting .213. He's given up a couple of home runs.
Stephen Vogt stays in the game. He's behind the plate. There's Logan Morrison to lead things off for the Mariners. In the 8th, bottom third of the order, Lomo, Brad Miller, John Hicks. Long run, nobody's going to get that.
Well, Logan's homered in a couple of games in a row. Feeling pretty good about himself. Why not?
I'm in. 0-1. All on a strike. One and 2. Rodriguez has been tough, not allowing a run in 7 of his last 8 games. Check swing. That's a fair ball. Save. Nice job by Lomo to get it in high gear quickly.
His 3rd base hit. Valencia, the 3rd baseman, playing deep. And Logan, you see the check swing. Good thing he noticed it was in play right away. A lot of times you just assume it's a foul ball, but he takes off running. Talked about it with Logan. For a big man, he runs well and always runs hard. 3rd base hit for him.
Where's Brad Miller? He's knocked in 3 runs. He's 1 for 1. He's got a sac fly and he's got a walk. And a 2-run double in the monster 3rd inning by the Mariners. 6 runs on 7 hits with 10 men coming to the plate.
Valencia, the 3rd baseman, playing in on the grass, expecting a bunt right here. Not sure that he'll be bunting. You have John Hicks just getting his 3rd start since being called up, waiting on Dak. See how Lloyd wants to play it.
Angels have closed out Texas. 5-2 final now from Anaheim.
And he's going to let him hit.
One to Brett. Up high. Miller's got 3 home runs in this building. 2 balls, 1 strike. right straight away. 2-1 pitch.
Good pitch to hit. Fastball 93. It looked as if it was in the middle of the plate. An aggressive swing from Brad. His defense playing him straight up.
Rodriguez, Brooks, Venditti, Abad, Doolittle, Dull, and now Fernando. Two. Was a 9-5 Mariner lead. Also a 4-0 and 5-1 Oakland win. Crazy game. Up the middle. Simeon. Got him.
Good play by Simeon, showing a lot of range. This ball has a lot of top spin on it. Tries to take off. He reaches out. High flip. But Laurie able to keep his foot on the base as Logan slides in.
Double grab in there. Did a good job. 6-4 fielder's choice, one away. John Hicks the batter. He's 0 for 3. Strikeout, 2 flies to center. Another game still in progress. Dodgers lead at San Diego 8-3, top 8. Time called. Pitch to Hicks. Swing and a miss.
Talked about Vogt earlier being a scratch, and it was because of his right shoulder. Why not try him out?
I hear you. Brad, the top base stealer for the Mariners at 12. He was leaning. One to Hicks. Pitch out, nothing doing.
You'll see that a lot. Brad, it looked as if he was going to steal. They throw to first, and because he was leaning, they'll take it off, make him stay there. Clearly gave it away. And that's the reason why the A's pitched out.
John Hicks looking for his second big league hit. He's 1 for 10. This is his 4th game. Brad goes, pitch out, throw to second, but his shoulder's hurting big time, and he still got it.
Yeah, he didn't have anything on that throw as he bounced it down there, but it gets the job done.
Yep. 2 outs, nobody on. Brad caught for just the third time this season. 2-1 to Hicks. Well, he's got a 3-1 count. How far can you hit one? It's out of play. Stephen Vogt got everything he could. He didn't have much tonight. He'll be the first to tell you.
So where he goes all the way to the ground. And again, it was a one bouncer down there. He was able to get the job done.
What's the dugout?
Yeah.
Can you believe I just did that? 3-2 here to Hicks. 2 outs, nobody on.
Marte waiting on deck.
Three and 2. Struck him out. That'll do it. 0 posted by Fernando Rodriguez. 9-8 Mariners. Time now for a T-Mobile Data Strong fan photo of the game. In the backdrop, the Golden Gate Bridge and BW Rash. His most recent photo from Safeco Field. Golden Gate Bridge. One of the real iconic structures in this country. Carson Smith will soldier on here in the 8th. He's got Marcus Semien, Billy Burns, and Mark Canha. 9-1-2 for the Athletics.
And these first 2 hitters can really run.
2-run triple last time for Semien. 1 for 3 tonight. Dribbles one to Seager. Quick release, throws him out. 1 out. Sunday, September 13th. Plastics Recycling Day, presented by Plastics Make It Possible. When you stop by Section 128 and recycle your plastic bottle and cap, in exchange you'll receive a free t-shirt made from recycled plastics while supplies last. Coming up on Sunday, September 13th.
Billy Burns going to step in. His A couple of hits tonight, 2 for 3. He's also walked.
One of the highlights for the Mariners is John Hicks has thrown him out twice, trying to steal second. 4th and the 6th inning. Carson ahead 0-2. Burns a switch hitter. Miller playing towards the gap. Good extendo there to make the catch.
Well, things with Brad. Again, not the best route to it. Still trying to learn center field, but he's a good athlete and he has a lot of speed. And now you can see him giving ground. That ball carried on him a little bit. Made a nice adjustment to make that play.
Bring up Marquena. He scored twice. 1 for 3 with a walk. He stole a base in the 2nd inning.
Drew Pomeranz, hard-throwing left-hander, getting loose in the pen for the A's.
Which ran away. Ball 1. Very breezy, 61 degrees right now here in Oakland. Pitch 1-1. What a late swing. Fooled badly on that pitch by Carson Smith.
It was a slider again. He went back-to-back sliders, and it's just a brutal pitch to right-handed hitters. You'll see him buckle or take that kind of swing on his pitch a lot. At 1 and 2, wouldn't be surprised if he tries to throw the slider off the plate away. See if he can get him to swing at it, chase it. It's setting up out there.
Tom Wilhelmsen, Big Tom, getting ready for the 9th. Two pitch. It's going to get foul. Two and 2 here to Mark Cannon. Line drive, center field. Brad Hudson put that on hot. Tying runs aboard with 2 outs. Most popular way to follow the action of Mariner baseball is with MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Enjoy live look-ins, highlights, replay reviews, scores, StatCast, live radio broadcasts, and more. With the MLB.com at bat app now.
Brett Laurie going to step in. He's 2 for 4.
Strike 1. RBI double back in 2nd. 1st inning single. Since then, a ground out to 3rd and bounce into a double play. Up the middle, base hit. Tying run to 2nd. Go ahead, run at 1st. And that brings up Danny Valencia, who has a 1st inning grand slam.
26,
Also got a double, a single in the 5th A couple of ground outs.
We have not seen too many 1-2-3 innings. I mean,
I think we got 2 total. Let me just double check.
I think so.
There's one. Let's see. The A's 1, 2, 3 in the third.
That's it.
1, 2, 3. Mariners 7th. That's 2. And then it's your quota.
Rick waits on the phone to the bullpen. We saw Tom Wilhelmsen getting loose earlier. And Beimel going to get loose. And here comes Lloyd.
Beimel and Wilhelmsen back up on the mound out of the pen to throw a couple of quick pitches.
This looks like it's a conversation visit. I don't think he's making a pitching change. Yeah, Valencia due up the right-handed hitter.
All right, here we go. Lloyd said his piece. Big spot in this ball game. Tying and go-ahead runs aboard. Late swing. Here's what Valencia did on a 1-1 pitch, first inning against Edgar Olmos.
I think Bob wants to know, Ken actually moved up. He didn't think it was a foul ball. And I think Bob is arguing that he didn't touch it when the ball went to the backstop. And it was such a late swing and an awkward looking play. I'm pretty sure that's what he's talking about. Well, you're going to see him right there. Why don't you ask somebody? Do you know? Here you go. It's a fastball. I'm not sure that he touched it from that angle. Here we go. This will be a better look.
That's off the glove.
That's off the glove. And he wants somebody to take a look at it.
Mark Carlson, the crew chief, coming in.
We'll take a look right here in our Alaska Airlines Supermo, and the swing by Valencia. Again, it's really late.
Goes under his bat, off the glove.
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell if they ended up getting a piece of it, but they're not going to take a look at it. Bob loses the argument.
Oh, 1 to Valencia. Oh, and 2. Carson Smith got out of 2 edge of the cliff opportunities in Houston the last 2 games down there, trying to do it again here. 0-2. And he does. Carson Smith coming up large again in the 8th inning. 3 consecutive games. He's had a big moment, and he has won it. To the 9th inning we go. for the last 4 or 5 years, but that new one is an absolute beauty. Root Sports is your home for Mountain West football. Don't miss tomorrow's matchup as the Morgan State Bears out of Baltimore, Maryland take on the Air Force Falcons at 12:30 p.m. Pacific time. For full broadcast schedule, visit rootsports.com.
Well, Drew Pomerantz is going to take over for the A's. Top of the lineup for the Mariners, Marte, Seager, and Romero due up. For Pomerantz, 44 appearances on the year, 3.58 ERA, 75 strikeouts in the 78 innings that he has worked. Opponent's hitting just .213. Good fastball, tall left-hander.
Marte to lead it off, top of the order for the Mariners. Marte, Seager, and Romero. That'll work. Base hit. Marte, fastest runner the Mariners have. He's aboard.
Little inside out swing, hitting right-handed. Switch hitter pulling his hands in tight to his body. Does a really good job of keeping his head still when he's swinging. Not trying to do too much with it. He knows his value is getting on base and using his speed.
Here, here. Kyle Seager, couple of hits tonight. Strike one to Kyle. Extended his hitting streak to 6 ball games. Seager 0 for 5 against Drew Pomerantz. Seager drives one deep to right. Carey, gone! A 2-run homer! Have a night, Kyle Seager. 22nd home run. It's his 3rd RBI tonight. Gives him 59 on the season and some breathing room for the Mariners here in the 9th. 11-8 Seattle.
You betcha. Kyle driven in 3 runs tonight. He's also scored 3 runs tonight as he's able to catch up to a high fastball at 93 miles an hour.
17, Romero.
On a cool evening, able to drive it up into the seats. He's been hot and continues to swing a hot bat.
Beautiful. Stephan Romero, since coming on for Goody's, doing that. He's been in attack mode. RBI single in the 3rd, 2-run homer in the 4th. Was struck out looking in the 6th, but Siegs is back. Second Mariner home run tonight. Both 2-run blast. One-two pitch. Struck him out. One away here in the 9th.
As far as both teams scoring runs tonight, probably one of the stranger games that we've had this year.
Agreed. No question. I mean,
and if you consider the amount of pitchers that have been in this game.
Number 22.
Done everything but call somebody out of the stands. Valencia with a grand slam. I mean, that puts you in a sour mood in the 1st inning, and then it's 5-1 before you can break a sweat. Then the Mariners come back with 6 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th for a 9-5 lead. A's come back with 3 in the 6th. As Cano is going to be retired here, 2 away. CenturyLink, what's next? It'll be Felix against Jesse Chavez. Felix will be making his 40th career start, 5th this season against the A's, and 2nd in as many starts. 21-8 is his record against Oakland with a 2.62 ERA. His career numbers. Here's Seth Smith. Smitty tonight has walked and scored. Fly to left, fly to center, and struck out. One and one to count. One pitch.
Tom will come on to pitch the 9th inning. Mariners, when he comes into the game, will have used all the right-handed pitchers in their bullpen. Most of the time, you wouldn't think much of that, but they have 6 of them out there now.
Yeah.
With the call-ups. Nuno, the only lefty in the game.
1-2. Kyle Seager. His bat went boom tonight. Triple away from the cycle. Third inning double, 4th inning single, 9th inning homer.
Pretty good battle going on. Pomeranz continues to throw fastballs in there. And Seth trying to find a way to catch up to one of them.
Two. Struck him out. Big explosion here in the 9th. Marte leads off with a single, 2-run homer. Seager. Tom Wilhelmsen has a 3-run cushion to play with. Mariners looking to go 5-3 on this road trip. That's a great point.
It's the way this road trip has gone, though.
Oh, my God. We had, what, 2 4-hour jobs in Chicago and 2 3+ almost 4s in Houston, right?
Yeah. We're at 3.5 now.
Get it, 18. Great line, Angie. Well said.
45th appearance for Tom.
Get a little closing time here. Stephen Vogt leading off.
That was a really nice 2-run home run from Kyle Seager.
Right?
To give Tom 3 runs to work with as opposed to 1. With the way this game has gone, you felt that you needed it.
Yeah. Now Tom goes 3-0. That wasn't part of the blueprint.
No. Smolinski waiting on deck. 1 for 4 night for him.
Tom's 8 for 8 save situation. Remember we posted that percentage. It's a sick percentage of
leadoff
walks that score.
Yeah.
Here's Smolinski, 1 for 4. Double play opportunity. Marte to Cano. They get the double play right on time.
That's how you take care of that walk.
That was a welcome sight. Second double play tonight.
22, Josh Reddick.
Two outs. Reddick is a pinch hitter against Carson Smith. Greeted him with a base hit to center field in the 7th inning, but Carson got out of it, stranding 2 runners that inning. A 2-out base hit by Reddick. Romero will not be able to get to that. Well, Humpson a strike away, putting this one in the books for the Mariners. There we go. 0-2. Didn't get it. John dealing 1 and 2. Got him. Ball game over. Mariners win it 11-8. What a wild and wacky game this was as the Mariners take the first of 3 here in Oakland to go 5-3 on this road trip, and a lot of hitting heroes here tonight.
Well, it took 8 Mariner pitchers and 11 runs to get it done tonight, but that's exactly what happened. The Mariners get the win. Tom, another save for him. He's really pitched well as of late. A lot of guys with good offensive nights. Stephan Romero coming into the game after Gutierrez having to come out. He drives in 3 runs, including his first home run. Kyle Seager has been hot. Another home run for him in this one tonight. Logan Morrison continues to swing the bat well. So good night for the guys offensively.
Really good stuff. Mariners go 5-3 on the road trip. They get this game in 3 hours and 38 minutes. Right now, Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines starts right now with Angie and Bill.